Assalamu alaikum class. Today we will be discussing logical problems. Logical problems is not too difficult and is one of the relatively easier topics. Logical problems mein what happens is that you are given two statements and then there is a third statement. So you have to assume that the first two statements are true, and then based on the information given in the first two statements, you have to then conclude whether the third statement is correct, which is that is it is true. Is it true, or is it false, or is it uncertain? Uncertain meaning that you do not have enough information to have a definitive answer. Now the strategy to attempt is to obviously first you have to read each statement clearly and objectively, and then the data that is given in the statement you have to, it's better if you write it in a comprehensible manner that is easier for you to understand. For example, if in a question it says the first statement says that Ali's age is greater than Bilal, you can use greater than or less than notation to make it easier for you. So you can write A is greater than B. What you can also do is, if it says Ali's age is greater than Bilal, so you can say that Bilal is, let's say, 10 years old and Ali is, let's say, 15 years old. You can assume a value as well. But just be careful, if you assume a number, it is going to be easier in some cases. But make sure that if the second statement then says Bilal is older than Wasim, so Bilal ki age you've already assumed is 10. So you have to keep it 10 for the second statement as well. वहां पे आप ऐसा नहीं करेंगे फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट में बिलाल में आपको 10 ले लिया फर्स्ट में और सेकंड में आपने बिलाल को 30 ईयर्स ले लिया, तो फिर आपका गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. तो जो आपने एज अज्यूम कर लिया फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट पे और वो बंदा रिपीट हो रहा है, तो यू विल अज्यूम that the second person, the person in the second statement has the same age as he had in the first statement. So just make sure you do that. So let's try some examples. Now the first example says a fruit basket contains more apples than lemons, which means apples, the number of apples are greater than the number of lemons. Then it says there are more lemons in the basket than there are oranges. The lemon is greater than orange. And then this is the conclusion, the third statement. The basket contains more apples than oranges. Is this correct? Yes, it is. Okay, apple is greater than lemon, and apple is greater than lemon, and lemon is greater than orange. So obviously apple is the greatest among the three. So yes, so the basket contains more apples than oranges. That's correct. Apple सबसे greatest है, तो definitely oranges से बड़ा है. You can also take a number here. Apple is greater than lemon. Lemons हमने कहा 10 है, तो apples हो गए 15. And then lemons is greater than orange. So lemon अगर 10 है, because lemon यहाँ 10 था, then orange has to be less than 10. So let's say 8 हो गया. So is apple more than orange? Absolutely correct. ठीक है, so A answer हो जाएगा. Going on to the second statement, second example. Joe is younger than Kathy. So Joe is less than K. And Mark was born after Joe, which means Mark is even lesser than J. So definitely Kathy is older than Mark. ये बिल्कुल true हो जाएगा, because सबसे बड़ा Kathy है, बड़ी Kathy है. So A हो गया. You can also assume a value that by Joe is younger than Kathy, so Joe is 10 and Kathy is 15. And Kathy is older than Mark. No, sorry, Mark was born after Joe, which means Mark is younger than Joe. So Mark की हमने 8 ले ली. So Kathy is older than Mark, correct हो गया. Kathy 15 and Mark is 8. Okay. Next question. On the day the Barton triplets are born, Jenna weighs more than Jason. So Jenna is greater than Jason. So yes, I've taken GE and JA ताकि confusion ना होना. And Jason weighs less than Jasmine. Okay, so Jason, so मैं 3 statement alphabets लिखता हूँ. Jenna, Jason, and Jason is less than Jasmine. क्योंकि alphabets काफी same है, so I'll write the entire name. Okay, so Jenna is greater than Jason and Jason is less than Jasmine. Of the three babies, Jasmine weighs the most. Is this correct or not? So let's say Jenna is more than Jason, so Jason को 10 लेते हैं and Jenna is 15, greater than 15. Greater than 10 तो 15 लेते हैं. अब Jason 10 है यहाँ पे and Jason is less than Jasmine, so Jasmine has to be greater than 10. ठीक है? So Jasmine has to be greater than 10 in this case, but is it 15 या 15 से greater है or less than 15? We can't tell. Because all we know is that Jason is the least among the three. But उन दो बाकी दो Jenna and Jasmine में which one is the greater? We can't be certain. ठीक है? Because statements कुछ इस तरह दिए हैं. So we do know that if we assume Jason to be 10, then Jenna is greater than 10. So I assumed her to be 15 in weight. Similarly, if Jason is 10 and it's less than Jasmine, so Jasmine is greater than 10. अब 10 से greater है, so it could be 11, it could be 15, it could be 20 as well. And there can be obviously there can be multiple other values as well. लेकिन अगर हम if we assume Jasmine to be 11, then Jasmine is less than Jenna, and in that case Jenna is the greatest in weight. If Jasmine is 15, then Jasmine and Jenna have the same weight. If Jasmine's weight is, let's say, greater than 15, 720, then Jasmine weighs the most. So it's not certain in this case. If the question said of the three babies, Jason weighs the least, तो बिल्कुल correct हो जाता, true हो जाता, because we know that for sure. But in this case, we don't know who weighs the most, so we'll say uncertain. Okay. All right. Martina is sitting in the desk behind Jerome. So Martina is less than Jerome. Jerome is sitting in the desk behind Bryant. Okay, so let me just write this way. Jerome is in the front, Martina is behind, so पीछे है. So this is, let's say this is behind, and Jerome is sitting in the desk behind Bryant. So Bryant is in front of Jerome. Okay, so this is the front and this is the back of the class. Okay, so let's just ignore this for the time being. So we know that सबसे front पे Bryant है and सबसे तीनों में among the three Bryant is in the front and Martina is at the back. Okay. So Bryant is sitting in the desk behind Martina is incorrect because Bryant is in front. So this is false. All right. Going on to the next question. This is, the shop and save grocery is south of Greenwood Pharmacy. Now, it's better if you know the compass. North is topmost, north, south, east, and west. Okay. East is right and west is left. North is up and south is down. So it says the shop and save grocery is south of Greenwood Pharmacy, which means Greenwood Pharmacy के नीचे bottom पे shop and save grocery है. So I'm just saying SSG. And Greenwood Pharmacy के लिए GP लिखा हुआ है. Rebecca's house is northeast. Northeast मतलब north and east. So it's like this in this way. So यहाँ पे Rebecca का house है. Is northeast of the Greenwood Pharmacy. So ये आपने मालूम कर लिया. ठीक है. So now what does the question say? What's the third statement? Rebecca's house is west of shop and save. The shop and save के भी ये northeast ही है because you have to go up and then to the right. So it means northeast जाना है आपने. So is it to the west? No. That is incorrect. So the answer is false. Okay जी. Last kind of question जो इसमें आता है वो इस तरह का आ सकता है. A toothpick is useful and useful things are valuable. This is similar to analytical section that we did before. So a toothpick is useful and useful things are valuable. So toothpick is useful and useful things are valuable. तो इसको valuable लिख सकते हैं. because you can replace it here. So a toothpick is valuable. Correct. That makes sense. वही चीज आ गई. ठीक है, so I just replaced useful with valuable because they both the same thing in this case. So these are the types that you have. I've shared a handout. You can please try that and then review the video for answers. Thank you guys.